Well, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, boys and girls. Today's episode is brought to you by the number 66. Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek, and today I have some really phenomenal coins to share with you. And we're going to try to get a good look at these coins as best we kind of can because we're going to see something that's a little bit consistent today with my super awesome intro. You may have caught on to what I'm talking about, or maybe we need to be a little bit on the nose. MS66 1851 cent brown. You know, one of the things to get used to when sometimes you'll hear me say that a coin has the look. And so oftentimes if you don't see the coins, you don't know what the look is. So difficulties, a lot of these are older holders, so they're a little bit, schmutzy, right? But focus on the coin and the cleanliness, the luster, the freedom from marks, the freshness of the coin. All of these are things that generally, all of those are verbal attributes that you would use to describe a mint state 66 coin. And it's not always easy to tell, I understand, because if you're not used to knowing what they look like or don't look like, it's just kind of hard. And so that's part of what we do here. We want you to see a lot of different types of coins. The gray sheet only goes up to 65 on this coin, so I'm not sure the value on that one right offhand. I'll give gray sheet values today just to get us in the ballpark. 65 is like $600, but 66, I'm guessing that's double. I would guess it's a $1,200 coin. But all right, next up, we're moving on to a seated dime, 1886. And once again, we'll let the coins do the talking. Okay, I just have to talk, sorry. So, let the coins do the talking. It's a little bit like in sports where you really want your game to do the talking. You don't want to have to talk trash because you can't play. And these coins doing all the talking for themselves today. Really great looking coin. Sometimes you see that white line that extends from the O and 1, goes kind of all the way up, and it goes behind the wreath and up to the, that is from when the planchets get rolled out. They have those little press marks on them. Whoop. Try to keep it in focus for you. This is also the Kenneth Brissett hand-signed edition, but I don't think that means it was from his collection, which I find to be, anyway, labels. Labels are what they are. But now look, once again, just the freshness of this coin. Overall surface quality, cleanliness, just kind of take it in. Get used to it. This coin bids at about $675. And once again, the actual value of coins, the price guides are really just guides. They are most accurate in coins that are traded constantly, like all the time, like, some of your common date Morgan dollars. But for a lot of coins like these, you're just kind of getting comps, right? I mean, they're not in the exact same ballpark. All right, so this one is a little trickier to see some of the things going on here. Like you can't even see the date, right? I gotta get the lighting right so you can figure out what the date is there. See, the date's dark. The toning overall, I actually don't mind. Now, a lot of people aren't going to like this coin because that toning is mottled, right? Like in some areas it's light, in some areas it's dark. This is a 1917, a 66, full bands. Has a lot of the toning on the back too. To it, and all of these coins I think are pretty nice for the grade. I don't think that any of them are really a stretch, like just barely made the grade. They're nice coins. There's that full band, that center band in the middle. This is a coin that is in excess of $600, and a grade or two down, it's a third, a quarter of the price. It's a lot less money. But for the specialist, when you look at a coin with that type of, and once again, the toning is a little bit in the way on this coin, but if you look at just the field, just get your eye trained to that field in front of her face and how the luster moves back and forth compared to some other coins. I'm gonna invert the image here a little bit so we can just get a feel for that toning. And whether you like it or not, you don't have to. It's not for everybody. But you want to get used to seeing how luster flows, undertoning and through toning, and this helps you identify artificial toning, amongst other things. Moving right along, speaking of toning. Okay, this has a gentle tone over the whole surface of the coin. So this is the type of thing that also not going to be for everyone. These, by the way, Barber coins in high grade, in especially like, so this toning is a little subdued, right? In my opinion, it makes the coin a little subdued. The coin still looks really good in person, but you know the toning, especially, well, where was I going with this? Oh, what I wanted to say was high grade Barber coins, especially the quarters and halves. Dimes are so small it's hard to tell, but look at the way they flow. If you get these things MS66 blast white, just a fun thing. I would almost recommend that if you are someone who's got the means to get them, you know, a real gem Barber quarter and Barber half, just kind of worth having in your collection. They're so nice. So this is a coin that bids at about $1,200, and you know the real market's going to be in that ballpark, but it's just a lovely coin. And the toning actually doesn't seem to me, especially on the obverse, the front of the coin, doesn't seem to bother me as much as it does. The reverse, it's just so much more subtle, but that luster really blows through on the obverse of this coin. So you can still get a good feel for the overall quality of a 66. And you know, Barber quarters and dimes especially, but even halves, are extremely busy coins on the reverse. They have less open space than almost any coin ever made, right? The eagle takes up most of the coin. You know, it's overlapping the lettering. You know, you got the stars taking up a whole bunch of space, the ribbon. There are so few open areas on those coins. But lovely coin. All right, next up, the Dread Pirate Roberts. Up next, the 35. Look at, you guys know, okay, so you don't, if you're just watching this, you don't know. But for those of you who watch a lot of our videos here, you know Washington quarters, getting anything above a 5 is just hard. I almost said bonkers. I guess I did just say bonkers, but it is so hard to get a 66, right? And so this is what a 66 looks like. Look at the field is immaculate, right? You've got some contacts on the neck there, a little vampire action going on, but look at the field. I mean, basically, we've talked about this before, especially on Washington quarters, but this is true of almost all grading. Whatever grade you think it is, just knock it one grade. If you're talking about uncirculated coins, especially, if you think it's a 4, it's probably a 3. If you think it's a 5, it's probably a 4. But especially on Washington quarters, I mean, if I just had this coin up close and personal, I'd be like, wow, there's not a mark on it. It's got to be like a 7 or an 8. Well, it's a 6. But you get the idea of how nice a coin has to be to get to be a 6. And this is about a $300 coin on the 35S in 66. All right, let's go see Mr. Benjamin here. Another coin with subtle toning, another coin that is relatively hard to get in higher grades. And what I mean by that is they're easy to find on the open marketplace, but if you get these things certified, they're pretty tough to get 66s. You know, they've got such a big surface area, and they're heavy coins. They were shipped in big mint bags. They chattered together, clanked together. And so you would see usually lots and lots of bag marks because these huge open areas here, you know, behind Ben Franklin, in front of Ben Franklin, his forehead, his hair. I mean, because the low relief, it just causes huge open spaces. Like that whole head is one large open space that can get hits on it. Same thing with the Liberty Bell on back. You know, this coin lists for about $125. I think it doubles or triples with a full band, by the way. And that band is really strong. Now that band is really strong. That is pretty close, guys. Pretty close. Once again, though, get a feel, you know, even throughout the different denominations, different styles, you start to get a sense for what a 66 should look like. You know, you just have to have coins that look fresh and new. You know, they start to get the look to them. And it's good to look at these once in a while because it reminds you how your 5s are not 6s. Right? It reminds you when you look at a coin like this, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's what it's supposed to look like. So currently, a Morgan dollar common dates, this is an 1887 MS66. These are roughly $300 type coins in the marketplace, give or take. But once again, you've got just big open fields all over that coin, and dropping a luster bomb right on you. Really nice. Really attractive. We don't even need to look too close at this guy. You see it just has that little contact, little break in the luster in front of the eagle. But overall, the fields are just super clean on that coin. And you've seen us send some raw coins in on Morgans again, 66s. What you haven't seen, right? Come on now, a peace dollar. Once again, for all of you who join this program regularly, it's like getting a peace dollar to be a 66 is pretty tough, really tough. Much harder to do than a Morgan. And also, this is a type of coin hard to establish an exact value because the gray sheet actually has like $100 spread between CAC and non-CAC in their guide. So, but really, you're looking at a coin that's $400 plus as far as the retail goes. Overall, once again, you just get that sense of, wow, this coin looks brand new. A couple little contact marks under the E, but really super clean and super fresh. And that's kind of the MO for most of your MS66 coins. All right, guys. Well, when this airs, for those of you who don't know, if the coins are available on our website or whatever on eBay, or they'll be listed there'll be links in the show notes. So, all right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm Ben, the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.